Welcome to Carry On with Carrie Fitz. I'm Carrie Fitz, owner and broker of Carrie Fitz Real Estate. Our podcast has beneficial information to both agents and consumers. Today we'll discuss how to be an ethical agent. What are the things that are unethical and how to avoid them? When I hire agents, I look for several things. One, I want hardworking agents. Two, I want agents that want to get better in this profession. So education is important. We're always educating in sales meetings, and I'm always encouraging agents to get education on their own. I also want hardworking agents. I want agents that show up. I want agents that care about their clients and are working hard to do the best for whatever side they're working. And I also want agents that their moral compass points due north. I can teach anybody how to sell real estate. I can't teach integrity or teach an agent to be an ethical person if they're not already. And then I always say if they have a sense of humor, that's just a bonus. But agents are salespeople. Some of their qualities will include drive, passion, honesty, empathy, organization, etc. But some of the most important ones are the ethical ones. Real estate professionals have ethical and legal obligations. So what are ethics? Ethics are moral principles that govern a person's behavior or the conduct of an activity, and that's according to the Oxford Dictionary. It's unethical to discriminate. This practice violates fair housing laws. So some of the things are cut and dry. You can do this, you can't do that. The Fair Housing Act protects people from discrimination. Steering and blockbusting are also against the law. Steering is directing or influencing a buyer towards or away from purchasing a particular home. Blockbusting is influencing a seller to sell their home at a lower price, and discrimination can take various forms and may be subtle. Some of these things include refusing to rent or sell housing, refusing to negotiate for a property, etc. So, how to avoid discrimination? Be respectful and professional in conduct and in speech. Educate yourself. It's unethical, for example, to be in a dual agency without disclosure. We are a state, not all states do dual agency, Alabama does. Dual agency is a transaction where the same agent represents both the buyer and the seller. It's actually illegal in some states, but again, here in Alabama, it's allowed. So though it's not illegal, it does require written consent from clients. How to avoid, be transparent, obtain a written consent of both the buyer and the seller to act as their agent. Be transparent and honest, and that's in everything. It's not exclusive to dual agency, but it is unethical to misrepresent. Misrepresentation can take lots of forms. One of them is lying about the square footage of a property. Also, when selling a property, the agent is not allowed to hide or cover up property flaws. We, and I've mentioned this in other episodes, we are a caveat emptor state, which means buyer beware. However, if a seller knows something about a property because they've lived in it over time, and it may not be found out by a home inspector. For example, if you live in a property that has a basement and the seller of the property has gone through and painted everything, and this seller knows that when it rains hard, and a lot of rain for a long time, that the basement floods. However, they have painted everything, so there's no evidence that there's ever been water in that basement, and it's August, and we haven't had any rain in 30 days, and so there's no way a home inspector is going to know that that basement floods, but the seller does. That would be something that would have to be disclosed by the seller. It's considered a latent defect, and that would have to be disclosed. So when taking photos, if something's damaged, the agent should not have it photoshopped or digitally repaired. Types of misrepresentations are when mistakes are made with no intent of harm. failing to disclose property issues due to ignorance or purposefully misleading a client or hiding a property issue. So how to avoid misrepresentation? Always provide accurate measurements, descriptions, etc. of properties. Be transparent. Also, stay in your lane. For example, stay within your expertise. And that goes for if you're an appraiser listening to this, if you're a home inspector listening to this, if you're a lender listening to this, all y'all, stay in your lane. Also, refer to professionals. Overall, people look for key qualities in real estate professionals. They want someone honest, knowledgeable, transparent, communicative, and they want to be able to know that what they tell their agent will remain confidential. Ethics are super important in real estate. It's crucial to fulfill your fiduciary duties, establish clients' trust, and ensure adherence to legal standards. When in doubt, disclose. In this office, I always tell my agents that over-disclosure is better than under-disclosure. When I have a listing and it's a relative, I don't have to disclose that it's my husband's third cousin once removed. But especially if their last name is Fitz, I'm saying that I'm related. I don't care if it's distant. Who really cares if I'm related or not? But if there's any type of relationship in terms of people, ancestry, and being related, I'm going to put it in my remarks because I would rather say it than have somebody be like, oh, their name is Fitz and she didn't say anything. I'm going to tell it. But that's all for today. Thanks for tuning in to Carry On with Carrie Fitz. I'm Carrie Fitz. Until next time, carry on.